Lost 1 in the last 8. Your form's getting even better.
Yeah, just got to, as I said, there's a lot of hard work goes into it from the staff and the players, obviously, getting the results on the pitch. So just got to keep that going. We've achieved nothing yet. We just want to keep climbing the table and see where it takes us.
You mentioned the hard work. Last week we spoke about consistency. Is that the secret, you think, to this run of form that you're on?
It is consistency. Obviously believing in everything that we're showing the lads, we're putting on the training grounds, and then obviously going to carry that out. And the big word is consistency, and they've showed that in the recent performances, recent months, the consistent levels of performances as a team and as individuals, and the brilliance out of Alex Henderson to score that goal on Thursday night. Consistent level of performance from him, and then to top it off with after 4 minutes or so to score like that was outstanding.
Yeah, let's talk about that goal, because it was an excellent strike, wasn't it?
Oh, it was outstanding. It's from a throw-in. I think it's actually come through because he was in a good spot. He was in like a number 10 role type of thing, and he's got a half turn on. I think they've got a little bit of a block on it, and then I think what I can remember was Isaac Sinclair's got a toe to it, and it just sat up lovely for Alex Henderson to smash. And he's caught the keeper off the line, and people say about the elements but the game plan was if you had the elements and the wins was to put crosses in the box and have shots, and for him to shoot and put it in the way he did, especially at that end. And with it, as I said, he's a local lad, isn't he? So it was great for him.
Salford are a good side, and an early goal was really, really crucial in that game. But how tight were you defensively, and how happy were you with the defensive performance as well?
Outstanding. As I said, Ollie making a couple of saves. I don't think he was trouble that much, but when he was called upon, he was there. Faz got his head on everything, blocked everything. Devon at left side, Donald was outstanding. Connor, O'Brien, Marshall, Namai on the wings quite well. And then you had at the opposite side, you had Isaac, Pete tracking back when he had to, with Ros Longello, and then if he did somehow end up getting past Isaac, then Devon was there to stop him. So you had that, and then you could go into the midfield. You had Conor Grant, who was outstanding on first and second contacts, and then seeing the game plan tactically where we wanted to play and where he wanted and should pass the ball and did. Isaac and Endo in front of him, and then you had the two up top running tirelessly, Sean Morley and Josh Woods.
How did you change your game plan at all after the early goal? Because at that point, it's you perhaps you wanted to score early, but perhaps you weren't expecting a goal after less than 5 minutes.
It's always good when you score early and you score the first goal, because you've got a little bit of a platform, haven't you? So what you're mindful of is that you don't sit back on something then. But the way the weather was and the way the conditions were, you have to deal with that. So their game plan was whatever that was. We knew what was coming in terms of if they were going long or they were trying to play. They didn't try and play out. They were going long, and every time it went long, it just went straight out to play. So we sort of I wouldn't say we didn't change our game plan. We believed in what we were doing. We were still trying to do what we were trying to do, and we were successful at times. And I think we should have scored probably 1 or 2 more.
2 weeks back to back with no Saturday games. You had a Thursday, Wednesday, and a Tuesday. Is that hard to prepare for?
It's different. It was obviously a bit weird, if you like, because everyone's playing on the Saturday and you're not. And so all you're doing then is just basically just doing research on the team that you're going to play next. So you're watching that, and that's all you can do really. So it was strange, different, but as I said, it gives you time for you to go and do your work and have a look at your next opponents, and it gives lads time for downtime with the families or to recover the way they should.
So they had time off over the weekend. Is that how that?
They did, yeah. They had Saturday, Sunday off. So that's part of the recovery as well. So when you do get downtime, it's everyone takes advantage of that in different ways. The younger lads will, I don't know what they'll do. You could play golf, gaming, whatever they do, and we've got family men who it's special in having time with your family and doing what you're supposed to do, days out or just playing with your kids, whatever. So that was it. That's important that they do that, and everyone does that, and the staff. Everyone works hard behind the scenes, so it's good for them that there's no Saturday, for them as well, so they can rest and go again for the next one.
So Grimsby away. On paper, it's 12th against 13th in the table, but if you look at the form table, these are two of the informed teams in the league. How do you see it going?
Oh, they're a good side. I like what Dave does. I like Dave, the way he goes about it. He's got good players. They're consistent. the word that we just spoke about a minute ago, in how they perform, definitely in getting results as well. You know, they've had a tough game at Newport, which we know ourselves. I know we went there and obviously won 4-1 or whatever, and they've had a 0-0. But I watched the game, watched it through. Me and Jed Brannan watched it through. Good side, good players. Got strength and depth as well. They can bring players on. They can rotate. The movement's good. You know, so I know what's coming. You know, they're a good side. I like watching them play, and we know the challenge there.
How important is it for you to perhaps leapfrog them in the table with a victory? Is that something in the back of your mind, or is it sort of too early for that in the season?
It's not leapfrog. That just happened naturally, won't it? So wherever we are on the table, the next game is the next game, which is them, and we're really looking forward to it. I mean, I love getting into the nitty gritty with all me and Jed. We sit there and go through the team. You know, we just watch the game, we stop it, we analyse it and stuff, and then we put a presentation on for the players to have a look at it. And then they have to take the information on board. So I like looking at the opposition in detail, right from the keeper, right the way up to the top end of the pitch, and the players that they can rotate and bring on and off. So, you know, it's going to be a good game in terms of what's going to happen. Hopefully it's a win for us, and we'll be going out to go and do that. And then if that means we go above them, we go above them. But it's just the next game. It is not going to be decided only someone's getting points or not points.
Having watched them quite a bit, as you said, are there any areas you've then sort of focused on in training?
Yeah, there is, but again, Ollie, I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that. You know, might as well ring Dave up and tell him now what our game plan is. So we know they're a good side. They've got strengths and weaknesses, just like we have, and Dave will have seen that on us. So they'll be mindful of that, and so will we. So, you know, it's a game I'm really looking forward to, as I said, because they're a good side. But so we, both in form, as you just said, so it'd be great.
Can I ask about Paddy Madden and his illness? Because, you know, he didn't feature again against Salford. How is he?
Yeah, he's back. So we trained yesterday, so he's back at it now today.
And David Abimbola wasn't included against Salford. Was that just because of his game time and his injury?
Yeah, that was just his managing his minutes and stuff. So it's again, so Dave will be okay.
And how are the others getting on in terms of injuries?
Yeah, everyone's. It hasn't changed. I don't think, to be honest. As I said, there's a medical meeting this morning, which I'm not involved in just yet. Jed will be doing that, so I know a little bit more of that. Tyler Walton done a bit of running yesterday, so he's looking well. He's got his programme, which is good for us. It'd be like having a new signing back. Kelsey's just long-term player. Charlie Halls was a long-term player. He's sort of come back. But again, it's minutes for players that need them. So the ones that are out on loan are the ones out on loan, which people know anyway. So we're in good shape at the minute.